Hi, superstars. It is time for math. We are on lesson 10-5. Find parts of 14, 15, and 16. Let's read our first problem. 14 students go to the zoo. The first bus takes 10 students. The rest of the students go on the second bus. We're going to use counters to describe the situation, and then we're going to complete the equation to match the counters and tell how the counters and the equation show 10 ones and some more ones. So we have 10 students in our first bus, so we are going to draw counters into this 10 frame, which is our first bus. And we know that if we completely fill up our 10 frame, that there are 10 counters or 10 students. So we know that that's 10. So 10 students go in the first bus and the rest go on the second bus. So if we have 10 students on our first bus, how many are we going to put on our second? We have 14 students in all. So let's count on from 10 and add the students to the second bus. So we go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're going to complete our equation. We have 14 students in all. We have one set of 10 in our first 10 frame or our first bus. And in our second bus, we have 4 ones. So 14 equals 10 plus 4. Let's now watch this video together.
There are 16 students in Jada's class. She has represented each student with a counter. How can Jada plan where each student will sit on the bus for their next field trip? She can use a double 10 frame to show how the students will fit in the buses.
All right, so we're going to drag the counters into the 10 frames. We're going to first put our red counters over here in the first bus or the first 10 frame. So it looks like we are going to fill in the first 10 frame. So we have 10 counters in our first 10 frame. Now we're going to continue into the second bus or the second 10 frame. I'm going to add the yellow counters. So in our first bus, we have 10 counters, and in our second bus, we have 6. So we have one set of 10, and we have 6 ones.
Jada uses a double 10 frame to arrange the counters and fill one bus before the other. How many students are on the first bus?
We have 10.
There are 10 students on the first bus. How many students are on the second bus? There are 6 students on the second bus. How many empty seats are on the second bus? There are 4 empty seats. How is this drawing like the bus picture? The drawing shows 10 in the top 10 frame and 6 in the bottom 10 frame. How can 16 be written in 2 parts? 16 can be written as 10 ones and 6 ones.
Now you know how to find parts of 16.
Let's look at our guided practice. We're going to use counters to show 15. We're going to draw the counters in the double 10 frame and then complete the equation to match the picture. So we're going to draw in counters to show 15. So in our first 10 frame, we have 10 counters. And then we're going to count on. We had 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15 in all. 10 ones or 110 plus 5 ones in our second 10 frame. All right, let's look at problem number 2. We're going to use counters to show 14. We're going to use this double 10 frame, and then we're going to complete the equation to match the picture. So let's fill in our first 10 frame. And we know that when we completely fill in each of these boxes, that makes 10. We're going to continue to 14. So we start at 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now, let's complete the equation to match the picture. So we know that 14 equals 10 ones in our first 10 frame, or 110, plus 4 ones in our second 10 frame. Let's go to number 3. And we're going to do the same thing. So now we have cubes. So we're using 16 cubes. We're going to complete the equation to match the picture. So how many green cubes do we have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 cubes, 10 ones, or one set of 10. And then we have our yellow cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 ones. So our equation is 16 equals 10 plus 6. Number 4. We're going to draw counters to match the equation. So it's showing us 15 equals 10 plus 5. So first we're going to put 10 counters in our first 10 frame. I'm just going to fill it up. I don't need to count because I know that if I fill it up, that is equal to 10. And then I'm going to add 5 counters to our second 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15 equals 10 plus 5, and we showed that using our 10 frames. We're on our independent practice, and that's what you are going to do independently. Let's look at number 5, and we'll do number 5 together. You're going to draw counters to match the equation. So if we look at our equation, it says 16 is equal to 10 plus 6. So what is the first thing we're going to do? We're looking at our 10. We're going to add 10 counters to our first 10 frame. So now we have one set of 10, or 10 ones. Then we look at our next number. And we are going to add 6 to our second 10 frame. You can count them to make sure, but now we have 16 in all. So 16 is equal to 10 plus 6. All right, superstars, you are going to continue finishing numbers 6 and 7 independently. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.